Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, here's another reason why the market was so bearish. You can see yesterday that NASDAQ could not even make a 382 retracement, nor could it do it today. Now, we've come down to some pretty serious support, as you can see here. We'll draw that in so you'll be able to see it. But, of course, there's news coming out all the time. You can see we're trading right at the 61% retracement right now. So you need to close that above that. Otherwise, we'll be looking at something a little bit more dramatic. If you notice something different in my voice, folks, it's the fact that I never get depressed. I mean, I think every day in an attitude of gratitude, and I feel that way. But, boy, when Google did to me today, I just threw up my hands and I say, why? I don't understand. But it just I had a good day, too. And trouble is that I've got to face what I'm going to do over the weekend to try to get this fixed. And it's not easy. Anyway, nothing's easy. Let's get this out of the way. There's another one here that looks pretty interesting. Let's go back to the gold. Here's where the gold is right now. You can see gold last night had a beautiful follow the trend line. There was your 61% retracement off of this. What did it do? Came right back to the next. Oh, we got to do the right number, Lair. Hold on just a second. You go from your high down to your low, and you'll see it came right up to the exact 61% retracement here. Then you made the A, B, C, D to the downside, and you just completed an A, B, C, D to the upside. You just blow that up. There it is right there at 318. The high has been 320, and that should be it for the gold market. Now, we've been bearish this for quite some time. We've dropped. The high was 35, so we've come down $300 to 3,200. 32.96 today. Yesterday's low was a little bit lower. That was at 32.65. Then we had a 61% retracement, and here's where we are right now. So it's trying to find a bottom in here this week. The open interest looks terrible. People are leaving this market hand over fist, no matter whether it's up or down. They're leaving the market, so that's not a good sign either. So that's what we're watching here. Now we've got a couple others here that we have positions on that we want to be watching. And, of course, the one we've been favoring, of course, is this one right here, was the wheat, and now it's back to almost what we paid for it. We were paid 73 and was trading at, so we're out $50 right now. Now, our stop is below here. Now, we had the three bottoms here. It's holding up okay. Now, I also, the trade that I like the best of all, and I really still like this one. We'll get this out of the way, but keep your orders working in here. And the fact that it didn't collapse is a good sign. It's come down now. It's taken 7 days to come down just 20 cents, or 16 cents. So that's a really good sign that it's holding up at these levels. That's my opinion, of course. Looking at this on the daily, you'll be able to see what I mean. It's actually holding up pretty good right in here, so that's what we're watching. So that's what we're paying attention to here in the wheat. But the one that I like the best, and remember, there's a big danger here. The one that I like the best is the one that usually gives me the most trouble. Let's get this up here and I say that with tongue in cheek, but not so much. Okay, here is the November soybeans. I've been waiting for this. Now, we've completed the ABCD. I liked it right here at 10.29, okay, and that's we're out 2 cents. We're out $1.25, $125 right now. That's what we're out. Now we got an ABCD pattern coming in right here. We've been down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Okay, so the $64 question is, if you buy it here at 29, okay, now this is a big one, folks, because soybeans is the big daddy rabbit. Then the reason why you've got to put your stop in on this, if you're going to buy it at 10.29. Okay, your stop has got to be below this 618. And folks, That's $1,000. So if you want to be $1,000 trader, then that's it. But it has something else going for it. Two things. I'm going to go through them separately. The first one is what we have to do is we got to clean all this out. No matter what, be long this above 1070. Do not be short, because that means there's a drought coming, and you don't even want to think about it. Okay, but I want to think about getting long above there, but I'm going to think about I've already long right now, so I'm worried to stick about it. That's not the case. Okay, here's what we're looking at. Clean all this out. So we're looking at a plain chart right here, and we want to look at some timing things. Now we can see here, could this be a head and shoulders pattern as we look at this unfold? Well, we see the left shoulder is certainly much lower than the right shoulder. This means this is very bullish, correct? Now all we have to do is have some type of a time sequence that tells us that yes, we're close enough if that could be the case. So there's your low, there's your bottom right in here, come in here. Now you see that's not working very well because we're 5 or 6 days past any time that it should be doing, but we're coming in here to this level and we have the ABCD. Now time is the most elusive. So to say this is a head and shoulder, nada. Can't do it. But the one thing you can do is you can say this is an ABCD pattern right here, just a tad below the 382. The 382 comes in at 1030. You're at 1027 now. Now here's the kicker. This is a Friday in a down week, and it's going into June, and all the beans have been planted. They're waiting for everything, and here is the kicker. Let me get up here and show you. This is from our good friends Simonley and Rich Anderson. Okay, now here is the weather report, the U.S. Drought Monitor as of the 27th, 3 days ago. You see this hot front like this? What they're assuming is the moisture coming in and the winds coming in from the Gulf down in here in Mexico, okay, are going to be pushing this up into this area right here. If this pushes up like it should, then in 3 or 4 days, they're already 3 days into this, and it doesn't look like it's pushing because prices are down today. And believe me, these dudes watch this. But if this does happen to shift, this thing will go open sharply higher on Sunday night or Monday morning, and away it goes. And that's what my assumption is, and that's what I'm looking for. So I'm taking a calculated risk, and that's what I try to do when I do these things. I try to line them up the best I can see. So that's my strategy here. I bought it at 1029. I put my stop below the 61% retracement. Originally, I was only going to risk 4 cents, but I said, you can't do that in a bean market, in a weather market, because I would have been, if I risked 4 cents, 29, the low here was 24, I would already, well, not quite. I'd be a quarter cent from being out. So I can't risk that small amount for 2 reasons, because this is an ABCD, and I live and breathe on that stuff. I can't do that. I got to put my stop below here. That's where it belongs. Now, if it gets there, maybe that'll be a head and shoulders pattern. The time won't be right, but by gosh, it'll be a head and shoulders pattern, because there's your left shoulder and this would be your right shoulder. I don't think this can be a right shoulder because there's no timing sequence here. And that's what you really need. So I'm sticking with the ABCD. That's what I'm sticking to. Okay. Now let's take a look at the July beans. This is the one we've been watching too. July beans haven't even made their target down here, folks. That's a good sign. Just draw it in. You can see there's the 382 on that one from the low way back here. See, they've made the 382, but they haven't made the pattern here. So they're within 8 cents of that. That's another reason why I feel pretty good about this. But remember, we're in November. We're not in July. We're going to take a break. 1070, right back.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, reversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs, trade wars, analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, when I sent the video out last night, when everything was going good, it was really strange, folks. I sent it all out at 3:30 in the morning this morning, and then I came in to check it at 4:15, and, if you're toast, forget it. You no longer belong to Google. I mean, I was shocked. Well, never mind. Anyway, this is what we were looking for. I was trying to be a seller up into this 112 area. As you can see, I said 112.30 would be the expansion up to this. It opened slightly higher, 111.60, and it's broken just about 2 cents already. The only thing I would say is if we were watching this, maybe there might have been a 382 earlier in the morning. Oh, my goodness. What are you doing to me, 382? Shut the front door and raise the rent. There's your high of the day. And there's your old Celerino right there, and that would have made well over $1,000 already. So that would have been a pretty good one. There's your 382 on that one if you were following. It took an hour to make that call. There was the opening, rakes right to the 382, down it goes. Highly probability that we'll make an ABCD down here sometime in the next day or so. We're having another little rally here, which will probably be also a 382. We'll just draw that in just to see if it gets up there to 1042. Okay, we got that out of the way. Now we're going to take a look at the old bond market over here. And then we'll keep watching the stock market too, because I see that it's bouncing a little bit, which is hopefully what I thought it would do off that 618. Here's where we are right here. I am still looking at this for a potential sale up in this area right here. Now, we came within 2 pips of it right here, folks. Yesterday, a day before yesterday, that's Wednesday. Let me refresh this. Okay, well, that was refreshed. Okay, get this out of the way. So, and all we've done so far yesterday and today is just come down to make a very small ABCD. So it's still shooting for this number up in here. And with this higher bottom in here, like we have here, that means you have probably one more chance at maybe a little bit higher level. So that means you're going to probably get it above this level here. There's your first level, 113.40. There's 113.21. There's 7 pips between the two. But look what's staring you in the face here. 113.27. That's a long-term daily. So if we put that up, that's the number you want to be watching. And that would be, just move this over right here. get this out of the way, clean all this out, and you'll be able to see that will be coming in. Whoa, was that the one from way back there? Yeah, it is. Wow, that's pretty good. We could get up there to 113.27, folks. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 day rally in a bear market. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days up in a bear market. Boy, you got to watch this thing coming in Sunday or Monday for a potential sale, because you can see here we are heading up into this zone right here. Got to raise it just a little bit because of that last swing, but I'd certainly be watching that one. That's a very, very interesting one to be watching. Okay, we'll move that out of the way. We're finished with that. I'll cover the stocks here in just a minute, folks. Mainly what I'm watching here is I want to make sure that as I'm seeing this thing unfold here, that I'm watching the position that I'm been talking about here, because I really feel strongly about this, folks. Of course, as you know, whenever I feel strongly about something, you should be scared to death. I usually am. Okay, but anyway, that's what the program is. Two things going for it. Let me show you the first one. The first one is a soybean meal. Now, this is new crop beans, so we have to look at new crop oil. All right, we're going to put new crop oil up on the daily. If you remember, we were expecting this to come down pretty good, and there it is. It's coming down pretty good, and it's already almost at the... There's the move right here, okay? Now, here's where we're watching. We thought it was going to stop right here. There was a 382, correct? Now, look, we've gapped down, all right? But there was your 382. That's off of the whole bottom, way back here. And all we're doing now is the bull market, and this is the first really clear A, B, C, D during this whole thing up. So you don't see a clear ABCD here. You don't see a clear ABCD here. You see higher bottom. Sure, that's good. There's one right here. That one worked pretty good, but this is only the second one that you're seeing. And we're going to clean this up, because let's just look at it where we are. Okay, here's what we want to be watching. Here's where we are. We go from our low up to our high, and we're setting almost exactly at 50% right here. All right, now we're going to put the ABCD in to see how close it comes to where we're supposed to be going. We'll go off the bottom. There's your AB leg. There's your CD leg coming in right about here. So we got a 50% retracement. It's down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. This one was down 3 days, sitting right there at support. I like it. I like it. I want more of it. So that's what I'm watching. Now, look, one other part. That's only 20% of the soybean crop. Let's take a look at the soybean meal, which is the December soybean meal. And we'll get that up here in just a second. It starts with an M, SMZ. There it is right here. Get the 5 out. This is still holding way above where we bought it. If you remember, we were buying down in here, and look where we are right now. So we're long the beans. Look, they're actually up on the day with oil and beans being down. This is a good sign that they're coming after the meal, because it's got a profit objective way up here. So I don't mind being short. Now, it's going to be a weather market, and if the weather turns really good, this is not going to work. So you just got to remember, but boy, if it does, and if it does, that's it. Okay, it could be a really big one. Okay, now that's the soybean oil. Get this out of the way, and we're going to switch over now. Let's check and see how that, see how the gold is doing back in here. See if it held. Yep, it's still held at 18. No one's ticking it out yet, so that's a good sign. It's following what it's supposed to be doing. Your risk here would be right above there, so that's what we're watching. Now we need to keep an eye here on the stop and P. Hold on a second. I want to make sure we're watching these things good, because it's starting to rally. That's what we wanted to see. It stopped right where it should have. That was the 61. Let's get the 60, get the hourly up. See, it stopped right on the old 61% retracement. We're having a nice rally now. Now, this is Friday, and it's been an up week, because you see where we were last week. This has certainly been an up week because of these monster moves we had on the 28th and 29th. So it's an up week. You're not going to get much selling coming in unless thing collapses below here. That don't mean it can't, but that's usually the case, because the two most positive days of the month for the stock exchange, folks, and this goes back a couple hundred years, are the last day of the month and the first day of the month. Makes good sense, right? Because that's where the checks come in. Not my check, but whoever's check comes in at that time, that's when it does. Okay, so that's what we've covered right here. Now let's take a quick look. We're going to cover the currencies in just a minute, but let's look at the Dow Jones, because the Dow Jones has been the leader of the pack in here, folks. It's held up relatively well compared to the others. Now you can see here's where we were the last, well, this is This is the smaller pattern. Let's go to the hourly so you can see. You got to compare apples to oranges and not apples to cantaloupe. Okay, so this is out of here. Okay, now there's the action yesterday. If you remember, now on the pullback yesterday, you'll see that we did go a little above the 382 because the 382 was right in there, as I recall, and we went just a tiny bit above that to the 50% level, right on the money. We hit it there and there. Now the difference in that is 100 Dow points, and now you can see on the way down, it's held relatively well too, above this level right here. And if you look at this from the low of last week, which everybody is watching, it's setting right about at the old. Well, yesterday low was right here, almost 61. It hasn't even made a 61%, so this is holding up well. I expect we're going to close down a little bit, up a little bit on Friday, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's take a little break. 877-927-6648.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, here's one that I did bring attention to here on the video last night, was the fact that we were making a 382 retracement up here at 61.48. It went 22 points above it and then broke almost $2,000 down to the very bottom. Now, the very bottom was a toughie because you can see you have this first big break and then it rallies back above, well, just about right at 618. Let's just double check it. Right at the 50% level, and then it keeps going lower and lower. But look, when the bottom is made here, you can see here you made this small butterfly pattern at the bottom. And this is, if you see these enough, you'll know what to look for. But this was not an easy one. And it quickly rallied almost $1 a barrel. Now, here's where we are with crude oil right now. If you like crude oil from the short side, you've got a great opportunity right now, folks, because look where it is. It's just knocked on heaven's door right now. Well, we're just at it right now at 54. The high has been 65. That is a rally in a bear market, and there's your 382 retracement of that. May or may not work, but sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Let's see if the gold is working. The gold is still working. The sell was at 18. It's at 31.15, and we're getting a little bounce here in stocks, which is what we needed to see. And we're talking about the cattle. Let's move over to something that I understand more than most the things that I do, and that is the currencies. And as you can see, here is the euro over the last couple of days, or yesterday and today. Today's move, we came down, and I was looking for it to hold the 382. It went below it by just a little bit here, and then it started to go back up. So if you would have been a buyer right in here at 113.13, it went below that level, but not enough to even stop you out, and it's starting to move a little higher. Folks, the dollar looks like it's in real serious trouble. Let's get this up here, and we'll take a look at it from a technical standpoint. Get it up here. Okay. This is a daily, and as you can see here, it's up on the day, but boy, it is hanging on by a thread. You can see here, there's yesterday's close. We're up a little bit today. We've taken out yesterday's low, let's see if that relationship was stopped right at 786, because there's, well, this one says it hasn't. Let me refresh this, because this says it hasn't taken out that. So let's just check and see. No, it says, nope, it hasn't taken out yesterday's low. This is today's low, the 30th. It's not the 31st, it's the 30th. The 29th, we certainly took out the 29th low. But there's the 30th. We made a slightly lower low in here, and that's where we are. Now, it's held relatively well on the 78% retracement back. Okay, that is right about here at 99. We're 99.26. Folks, if we start getting below here, I don't know what's going to happen, but that's not a good sign for Treasury bonds, I wouldn't think, because they pay those things in U.S. dollars, and if the U.S. dollar is not going to be good, that's not going to be good for the bond market, but who knows whether that's the case. Now, let's switch over and look at the British pound, because that has also been moving pretty good. Just give me 1 second to bring it up right now. Okay, we'll get the daily up. I'll see if we break that 135. No, we're still in that ballpark. Boy, we've been really tight range here. Boy, really tight range. Because looking at this on the weekly, folks, we have taken out all that stuff from, several weeks, and we haven't really gone very far. So let's look at this on the daily. That's what it was just a second ago. Now, this says, we could be looking at an ABCD to the upside, and so far, the last day or two, with the market being really active, all we've been able to do is make a 382 retracement here on the pound. Look at this. That's all we've been able to make is a 382 on the pound. That's actually a pretty good sign. Now, if we start getting below the 134 level, yes, this could be a pretty good top. But right now, there's no reason to think that this is bearish as of yet. That, of course, that's my 2 cents worth, because just looking at this, you'd have an A, B, C, D a whole lot higher. And it's certainly backed off 3 days. All it backs off is 200 points. Boy, that's nothing. Of course, look at this one. This is telling you why it was so bullish. If you went over here to the low, this was, the end of the world day, April the 7th. And there it is right there, right at the 382. And then, boom, this tells you you're going higher. This is a 382. Now, you get below here, that changes the whole game. So getting below 134 even, I'm going to put that limit minder in, because that's telling you that last leg is not going higher. It's getting ready to roll over and go lower, but that's still a long way away. Now, I had a request to look at live hogs, lean hogs, excuse me a second. Folks, the last time I saw this was about 3 weeks ago, so bear with me. That's HE. And where is it? Right here. HE is, there's the live hogs. Hope it's on the daily. It's looking for a top up in here somewhere. Oh, we're there. Shut the front door and raise the rent. If you want to sell some bacon, folks, now's the time to do it. There's our big ABCD is right there right now. 105.54. The high's been 105.34. If you can't sell hogs here, you can't sell hogs anywhere, because that's an ABCD. That's a big one, ABCD, because there's a couple of small ones in here too, but that's a really, let's move this over one more time just to see how close it is to this really large one right back here. And oh, we're actually above that. That's 104. Oh, we're right at it. This is 104.70. It's trading at 104.80. Got to sell hogs. Put your stop above here. Got to risk 2 cents in hogs, but that should be it. The weekly, I don't trust this data. Let me refresh this just to be safe, folks, because it's been 2 years since usually I don't trade hogs until they go into surplus, and they're not in surplus now. They're in strong demand. As you can see here on a longer term picture, the high was way back here. All right. Many of you remember when hogs were 44 cents. I don't know if you can see it back here, way back here. Remember, we were really bullish hogs here at 44 cents, and everybody said we were crazy. Well, we got lucky on that one. Anyway, that was a pretty good move. But right now, this is where you want to be selling the hogs. And it's a good one to trade because the hedge funds are in it, and the margin is good, and the liquidity is good, and it trades really well with the ABCD patterns. And there's your target right there, 105.42. The high has been 105.35. Boy, if you can't get any closer than that, that's mother, God, and country. Plus, shut the front door. Larry, let's refresh this and put the reset the default so we can see it good. There's what we want to see. We also have a little 3-drive pattern here. There's drive 1, there's drive 2, and there's drive 3. Let's see if the symmetry lines up pretty nicely. There's your, oh my God, it's also the 1.618 expansion of that. Whew! Time out, boys and girls. I got to go and put the hog order in. Wow, that is really a good one. And we'll look at the 3-drive. Well, we got 2 3-drives. We've got one right here. Okay, and then we have another 3-drive one right behind it. And there it is right there. Wow, that looks pretty. Look at that nice little channel line it's been into. Gee whiz, this looks like a pretty good trade, folks. Wow, look at that, right at the number. What are the odds of that? We're going to have to look at this on Monday, aren't we? I better put the limit reminder in because see what happens. Google will probably remember to buy them or to buy hogs on the morning Monday. All right, we'll be right back, folks. 877-927-6648.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, this is a 3-year history of soybeans. Okay, going back here to COVID, post-COVID. You can notice here the growing season, folks, is May through September. Now, after September, the crop is finished. You can see here, at this time, the crop finished and the market rallied $2 a bushel. Okay, now look at this. This was a level year that was supposed to be a bad year. There was your May low was right here. Where are we at right here now, folks? It's the last day of May. It rallied for 2 months and it went from $12 to $15. That's $12,500. Okay, and that's in a bear market. Okay, that's a bear market. Let's just see what that rally was from this high to this level right here. It went almost exactly the 50%. Okay, then the next year, here we are in May. This is March. May is right here. May, June, look, all the way down. It was bearish all the time. Didn't make any difference. Okay, and here's where we are now. We're right in this level right here. We got higher bottoms. They're giving the stuff away, as near as I can tell. I think we're like we were back here. It's acting better here than it did here. So I like this, and that's why I'm talking myself into it. But remember, you're only risking, a little bit of money, because I'm not going to sit there and it keeps falling down like this. I'm not going to use the hope and pray method. I tried that. It works good with my rosary, but it doesn't work good with anything else. Okay, now that's all I needed to mention about this. Okay, now let's get this out of the way here. And I was getting it out of the way here. I went to sell a hog while we were doing the commercial. Okay, let's move on here. The gold is still holding up around that level. Oh, we got the S&P coming back a little bit more. This is good. This is what we'd hope to see. We did hold that level. Now we're coming back pretty good. What do I think it'll be today? We got 2 hours to go. I don't think that it will make the 382 of the high that we made way back here. That would be the most it could possibly do, and that could get you right up here to 59.19. That could be up 35 handles. It could rally all the way there and still be bearish. But ideally, if you're really bearish, you'll move over to see there's your high here to your low here. And we just made the 382 just now of the high of yesterday's range. Now, that's an important number, folks. We just hit it at 58.85. If you believe in 382s, you had to be selling that. And so we're going to find out if that's going to be the case or not. All right. So let's move on and see what else is going down. You need the cattle are coming down. They heard the order of hog go in, and now they're all selling the cattle too. Okay, let's get back here. Let's take a look at some stocks. Everybody well, not everybody. There's 2 or 3 people that want to look at them. The first one, of course, is Goldman Sachs. And this is all bad. This is a bad day. This is just a minute. This is a daily chart. Remember, we had that head and shoulders. It's still good. It's still heading lower. Okay. Oh, the one that I wanted to look at was my arch nemesis, Google. This is why they hate me so much, because I had a head and shoulders pattern on this pattern right here. And I think that's why they're yelling at me. Well, let's just double check it again here, because there's where we were. There was a head, shoulders right here. Okay, that's the left shoulder. Okay, here's the left shoulder. There's the right shoulder. Yes, it's still a head and shoulders. You draw this in. There. Ah, Larry, come on. Got to draw a straight line, kid. There it is right there. You see, it has to stay below that, and it's done that. So we're right in that zone here. See, there's the 382 of the whole thing. Remember, we had that written down before? We got as high as 177. Now we should start to go down. There's your left shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's real close. Just a weekly chart, so it's only a week off. So that's a pretty good one. That's indicative of maybe the stock's getting ready to go lower as we see that. All right? So that's another one that we were watching. And then, of course, Tesla. Mr. Musk is out on his own again, struggling to sell a few cars. Anyway, hold on a second. We'll get this Tesla up. See where we are compared to where we were. Hey, it's acting pretty good still. Hold on one second. We'll get this up here. This is a weekly. Let's get the daily up. It's had a heck of a rally, folks. As you can see here. There's where we were yesterday. Opened on the high. Today it opened mid-range. Didn't do anything at all. But it's complete. There's the 50% on the whole thing. If you remember, that was the 50% level right here at 51. Now we're back below that again right now. So that's not giving us a great deal of information. Let's check with Mr. Appel, who's down by the well. And we'll get up here in just a second and take a look at that one. And there's where we are. Yeah. Cariba, just a second here. Get the daily up. There we go. Move this over like this. And you can see it's just staying in this zone. It was down yesterday in an up day. And now you can see here we are, that was actually a down day. And it would lower a little bit today. So it's doing very little. All we did was make a 50% retracement of the move, folks, down. And remember, it had a high of 250. And that rally back was only a 50% move of the whole thing. See, I think that hit it right on the money. Yep, there. That was a 50% retracement. Hit it twice. So that tells you that the down move is still moving to the downside. And we had a request to take a look at soybean oil on the regular July. And let's get that up here. And let's get the daily up so we can see what it looks like, because it looks very similar to the other one, only it's coming down a lot faster. This is the new crop, old crop, folks. See, this is our sell up here. If you remember that, we missed that. The next day it opened sharply lower. We didn't get that off, but here's where we are now with July soybean oil. Clean all this out so we can all see it together. All it's doing, there's your A, B, C, D to the upside, another A, B, C, D to the upside, a 3 drive to a top pattern. And now what it's doing is it's making a nice little A, B, C, D to the downside. And let me see, the 61% retracement comes in right about there. The ABCD pattern comes in just a little bit lower than that. So we're coming in, we're not too far. Ooh, that's a lot of money. That's $600 in oil. So it's either got to stop right here or it's going to be looking at this one right here. So let's just check to make sure. There we are. Remember, we're not in new crop, old crop oil, folks. We're in November soybeans, and they're treated differently because the November soybeans and the July soybeans are different. This crop is in the bin. The other one is in the ground praying to get out. They're not even making little flowers. Well, they'll start to bloom here in just a little bit, but you don't know what's going to happen. That's a big unknown, and that's why it looks so interesting from a speculative position. Remember, speculation comes from the Latin word speculare, which means to observe. That's what we're doing here. We're observing patterns, and we're trying to find ones that look like they have some probability of winning. Sometimes they win, sometimes they don't, but more often than not, if you do your work, you're going to be ahead at the end of the game if you're supposed to do the things you're supposed to be doing, all right? Get this out of the way here, and we'll take a quick look at hogs again, and we'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Nobody cares about hogs, folks, but let's take a look at the S&P because we've gone above the 382 of this range from yesterday's high to this low. That comes in at 58.85. That's an hourly chart. So let's go look at our standard 3-minute chart, and we're going to see where we are because there's a 3-minute, and this shows you pretty much all that we're looking at here today. Now we know that number. Now you can see we've had an A, B, C, D pattern that completed right here. Let's just take a quick look at it. There's your A, B, C, D pattern right there. That completed. And then we had a pullback right here, a very shallow pullback. So if we look at this, we're going to see if that's going to be a 382 pullback. Because if it did, that means this might be suspect. And we're going to find out if that's the case. From there's the low up to your high. Stops right at the 382. It says it should stop between right here, 58.89 and 59.93. Okay, remember the number is 58.85. So if you add 10 points to that, the stop is going to be right there, 58.95. So it gets above that, that's it. You lose. So that's pretty much what we're watching. But right now, it's got several things that tell us that you're going to get right into this zone right here. It might make a little bit higher high. Let's just see what this little tiny pattern is. Nah, we got to be right there. See, there it is. Yeah, your stop's got to be at 95. Shouldn't get any higher than 59.90, 58.90, and above 58.95, it's kaput, and you don't want to have anything to do it because the number is 58.85. That's about as close as I can get for government work. And I don't work for the government. Anyway, that's pretty much it, folks. We'll try to have Bart Leone on next week. Today was his anniversary, and Kathy called me this morning. She says, it's 35 years. I got 6 grandchildren. You can't have him today. So I said, you got it, darling. So he'll be with us next week. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.
Steve